And good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV for what is round number 8 of the Mountain View Plumbing Pro Late Models presented by Northwest Racing Association. Tonight we come to you live from New Richmond in Wisconsin, here at the Cedar Lake Speedway for the 8th round of the series. Good evening, race fans. Brett Wheeler with you for the callers. We've got a field of 26 drivers who have taken lap time. We're just waiting. These 27 drivers. We'll see 3 heat races on the program. Then we'll take a look at your last chance qualifiers. There'll be 2 B main. So far, quickest in qualifying, Dylan Wilson with a 13.263. And for the times that he has gone quick time, he has taken the money. We'll see if we are going to get the inversion. Hello, Stephen. Good evening. So as we get set for what is heat race number 1 coming up here from the Cedar Lake Speedway. Again, we wait for confirmation if he decides to take the money here this evening. And don't forget, tomorrow night they are off. I believe that the street stocks, they are off tomorrow. And they'll come back in a couple of weeks' time. But again, 2 weeks left on the season after tonight's Pro Late Models. So we're just waiting to see if he is going to get confirmation. We'll get confirmation on that one if he is going to take the money for that one. But right now, heat race number 1, looking like it'll be like this. Should he not take the pole position on the pole? Or should he not take the thing? Oh boy, we're going to have to reload this one. So Dylan Wilson alongside Hayden Tolleson will be on the front row. Colton Zimmer, Joseph Grandy going to be in row 2. Row 3, Bo Kebs, Crevin Brow, Dustin Pricedale, Farnes, and Matt George. Let's reload everything. Again, we've done an update with the timing software, and it decided to take all of our settings away. So apologies about that, but again, hopefully that is all going to get fixed up here in just a few moments' time as the racing.com pace truck is going to move away from the field. So it looks like he's opted to take the money. And we will see the 4-car invert for heat racing action. Let's see if that one's going to work. No, okay, all right. All right, well, we're ready for a start with heat race number 1. It's going to be Joseph Grandy alongside Colton Zimmer on the front row. Yeah. Oh, she should watch. All right, here we go. Heat number 1. Heat number 1 of 3. Joseph Grandy alongside Colton Zimmer. 10 laps on the board. Top 4 going to move into tonight's A main event. Everybody else will get seeded into one of 2 last chance qualifiers. They work down into turn number 3 and 4 for the first time. It's going to be Joseph Grandy leading the way. Here comes Hayden Tolleson now down to the inside. Look at Dylan Wilson in that 80 machine as they work off for turn number 2 and down into turn number 3. Wilson into the back of Zimmer, rejects it up. Hayden Tolleson. So these guys are, well, the day number 2 of the new the new build. Of course, with the micros getting released as well, along with Millbridge Speedway. Tonight we're here at Cedar Lake Speedway. Oh boy, problems there for Hayden Tollison in the 327 car. Joseph Grandy, Kevin Brower, round will go yellow. Yellow on the raceway. Good luck trying to get her to come, Steve. That's all I'm going to say. I need to... This is not... Why would it do this? Let's just go with that. Okay. Oh, hang on. Did we just see cars? Yeah, we just seen cars. Okay. Hey, see? Alright, back to the green flag off turn number 4. Next time by, lights are still on the pace track. 9 cars still circulating around the Cedar Lake Speedway. Hello, Nate. Hello, Steve. Hello, Dean. Yes, I know it's good evening for you over there. What are you, 11:22 if you're Eastern? 10:22 if you're Central? 3:22 in the afternoon here. Okay, you call her, Steve. I doubt she'll answer. She's got no idea what she's doing. She's probably looking after me. A green flag is out, 4 down, and 6 to run. Krebs to the inside on funness as they work off for turn number 2. Oh boy. Let's go full name. There we go. That's better. Now we can see. Well, I know who's who anyway, but we know who is who in the zoo as they work through 1 and 2. Here comes Dale Finus around the outside of both Krebs as they work into 3 and 4. Finus gets into the back of Wilson. Wilson keeps it going. Here comes a 23 car of Matt George through the middle of the raceway. Krebs slides up across the nose of Finus. Here comes Tolson to the inside of George, but they made contact and we're nearly 3 wide for the transfer spot. Now we are 3 wide and Matt George is going to sneak on by into a position. Finus gets into the back of George. Now comes after Krebs. Tolson and Grandy, the drivers that were inside the first 2 starting rows of tonight's heat race, they're finding themselves back to 6th and 7th position, but they closely about to find it out for this final transfer position. Finus and Dale Finus in the 27 machine through the middle of the raceway with the white flag out. 1 lap left to run for your race leader of Colton Zimmer. Zimmer works it through turn number 1 and 2, back straight away for the final time. He'll do enough to hold on down into turn number 3 as they work off corner number 4. Checkered flag is out. Wilson to the inside. Not going to do it. Dylan Wilson was unable to get the win in heat race number 1, but I'll tell you who did. Colton Zimmer in car number 20 takes away victory in the Mountain View Plumbing Pro Late Models here at the Cedar Lake Speedway, presented by Northwest Racing Association. There it is. Colton Zimmer, Dylan Wilson, Bo Krebs, Dale Finus. That'll be your top 4. Matt George, Tolson, Grandy, Price, and Brow to a B main. They go. Heat number 2 will look like this. Matt Fletcher lines up alongside Jason Salter. That is in fact going to be row number 2. So row 1 will be Lyndon Whitfield on the outside. Tristan Sykes will start on pole. Now we'll go back to normal proceedings. Connor New in the 10 lines up at a position number 5. Jared Simmons in the 34 starts position number 6. Anthony Roselli starts alongside Shane Yates. And Dustin Glenn in the 24 lines up out of position number 9. Ready for a start as we are underway. As it's going to be Tristan Sykes to lead Lyndon Whitfield. Jason Salter alongside Matt Fletcher as they work down into 3 and 4. Connor New in the 2nd of the 10 cars as Jared Simmons goes to the outside in the 34 car. Salter again just rolls the bottom side through 1 and 2. He'll now pick up position number 3 on the midway point of the back straightaway. Here comes Matt Fletcher, 2nd fastest in qualifying this evening. Well, I tell you what, he would love to see Dylan Wilson not to take the money and take the inversion. But however, Lyndon Whitfield and Tristan Sykes will say, yeah, you know what, that's okay. Take the money, D. Wilson, because that'll put us on the front row of heat number 2. Sykes still leading the way in the 99 machine. Back to the 21 car of Lyndon Whitfield. Then you go back. There is a three-way battle right there for positions number 3, 4 and 5. And only 3rd and 4th place finishes will go through into tonight's A-main event. Everybody else will get seated into the last chance qualifier. Whitfield with a slider on Sykes. Connor New now trying to go to the inside, down into turn number 3 and 4 there on Matt Fletcher. Off the corner number 4, Matt Fletcher still has it now, goes to the middle of the raceway. New will slide up. Fletcher had to get on the brakes as, boy, they're making contact off turn number 2. And now here goes the slider line from Connor New, but just like that, Matt Fletcher in car number 26 goes back to the inside. Meanwhile, slider again for the race lead from Lyndon Whitfield and Tristan Sykes. Now Jason Salter, so keep an eye on the right of your screen. Then keep an eye on this battle for the top 3 positions. 3 to run. Whitfield with a slider once again there on Tristan Sykes, but just like that, the 99 car, Tristan Sykes, has found his way, but this time he's putting his own slider in turn number 3 and 4. There'll be 2 to run up the line for Lyndon Whitfield, Matt Fletcher. Lyndon Whitfield, Tristan Sykes, Jason Salter, Matt Fletcher in the 4th and final transfer spot. Salter! Oh boy, Salter upside down. And we'll quickly throw the yellow. They'll barely just throwing the yellow on that one. So just throwing the yellow probably at the right time, but unfortunately for Jason Salter, he'll go back to the pits. Salter back to the pits, which means that he is now going to be coming from the B main. So for the moment, the 99 car of Tristan Sykes continues to lead the way over Lyndon Whitfield in 2nd. You go back to Matt Fletcher in 3rd. 4th is now going to be Connor New in car number 10. I believe the lights are out. So Jason Salter still in the pits, but unfortunately he won't be able to come back out just yet. Not unless they're going to delay it here a little bit longer for him to come back out. So heat race number 2 of 3 plus 2 B mains on the program. There'll be 15 laps in distance. And we should be taking the top 6 to lock in a 24 car field. So a field of 27 drivers. So it looks like Salter is back on the raceway. Unfortunately, he's going to have to tag up to the tail end of the field as the lights are out. The green-white checker is upon us, and we're back underway with Tristan Sykes in the 99 car. Connor New trying to get by Matt Fletcher in the middle of turn number 1 and 2. Now here comes a challenge for the race lead. Lyndon Whitfield, car 21, slides up across the nose of the 99 car, Tristan Sykes. But Tristan Sykes still holds on to the number 1 position as they work through turn number 1 and 2. Back straight away for the final time. It's a drag race down into turn number 3. Whitfield slides up. Here comes Sykes with the crossover to the inside. A drag race. Who gets it? Lyndon Whitfield, Tristan Sykes. So you think you're looking at around 29 1,000ths of a second for heat race number 2. Let's take a look at it. Who gets the win? Lyndon Whitfield wins by 29 1,000ths of a second over Tristan Sykes, Matt Fletcher, Connor New, your top 4. Shane Yates, Jared Simmons, Anthony Roselli, Jason Salter, and Dustin Glenn make up the drivers in heat race number 2. Heat number 3 looks like this on the pole position. We'll go back to row number 2, in fact, so that'll be Thomas Vickers. We'll start from position number 4. From position number 3 with the 18 car of Cameron Kaysen. From position number 2 with the 8 car of Paul Savino. The 35 of Tyler Burrow lines up from position number 1. Michael Kennedy lines up the 98 machine from position number 5. The 48 of Scott Fritz will start from position number 6. Position number 7 with the 17 car of Jeremiah Johnson. From 18, it's the 15 of Austin Good. And then we go back to the 9th and final start of the 97 car of Jason Dill from position number 9. Tyler Burrow. Burrow in car 35. Gets to lead the third and final heat race of the night. Back to the green we go. Heat racing competition. Paul Savino. Vickers in the 23. Just some problems for that 23. We've seen there on the exit of turn number 4. Vickers going to go upstairs along with Savino following the tyre tracks. Look out, one car around. I think it's Jeremiah Johnson in the 17 car. Meanwhile, Burrow leads from Savino, Vickers and Cameron Kaysen. That's your top 4. Kaysen still working low through turn number 1 and 2. Boy, this battle on for positions number 3 and 4 at the moment between Thomas Vickers, Cameron Kaysen, and Cameron Kaysen has got the third at the line. Kaysen still trying to come after Paul Savino in that number 8 machine. Gee, I tell you what, the 18 car looks very good. They nearly now almost going to go 3 wide off turn number 2, but Kaysen just gets clear of Vickers here on the exit of turn number 2. And Tyler Burrow, I'm going to say right now, boy, he's leading the way. He's looking pretty comfortable out in front at the minute. We're just working to the top side through 1 and 2. Again, Kaysen had a good look on the inside, but Burrow drove back around the outside of the 18 off turn number 2. And now Savino trying to do the same thing there. Back to Cameron Kaysen. On the low side, Savino, Burrow working it upstairs. Vickers trying to go through the middle. Thomas Vickers in car 23. Probably just stuck, nowhere to go at this stage. He really can't do anything with second and third place going side by side. One upstairs, one down to the low side. Savino's got it. There'll be 2 laps left to run. In heat race number 3, the third and final heat race of the night. Here for the Mountain View Plumbing Pro Late Model Series presented by Northwest Racing Association. They work into turn number 3 and 4, penultimate time. White flag is out for the 35 car of Tyler Burrow. Can Burrow hold on? He's just going to find his way through turn number 3 and 4 for the final time. It's going to be TB Tyler Burrow picking up the win of the tax-free defense number 35 car. Nice job by Tyler Burrow to get the win. Heat race number 3. We'll have the 1B main on the program, but there it is. Tyler Burrow, Cameron Kaysen, Paul Savino, Thomas Vickers. That's your top 4. Scott Fritz, 5th thumb back, along with Michael Kennedy, Austin Good, Jason Dill, Jeremiah Johnson. Off to the B main they go. B main getting ready to tackle this racetrack. 15 laps, top 12 are going to go through to tonight's A main event. Let's take a look at just starting a lineup to see who is going to start where. No inversions for the B mains. And it's going to be Matt George alongside Shane Yates in row number 1. Row number 2 going to be Scott Fritz and Hayden Tollison. Row 3 sees Jared Simmons alongside Michael Kennedy. Row 4, Joseph Grady and Anthony Roselli. Row number 5 will be Austin Good and Dustin Price. Row 6 will be Jason Salter and Jason Dill. Row 7, Kevin Brown, Dustin Glenn and Jeremiah Johnson make up the field in B main competition. As the green flag is out, we're underway. Yates, after starting on the outside of the front row, just fallen back just a couple of positions, but I guess need not to worry just yet, because if you're not inside the top 12, then you can start to worry. If you're inside the top 12, I guess it's all honky-dory right now. Speaking of honky-dory, up front, working it alongside is the 48 car. Scott Fritz again just tries to get by the 23 entry of Matt George through turn number 1 and 2. Fritz has got it down into turn number 3, not by a whole lot, because here comes that 23 car of Matt George, who's going to work back to the outside, but Scott Fritz is going to lead lap number 3. Tollison in that 327 car as well. Boy, trying to make something happen down to the low side. Tollison. 3 wide for 3rd, 4th and 5th. Tollison in that 327, the black, green and white entry He was 6th in the point standings coming into the drop week. Scott Fritz is 9th in the point standings. So you've got two drivers that are sitting right there, first and second, who are inside the top 10 after the drop weeks, after 7 weeks. And boy, I tell you what, headed into the Volusia Speedway Park next week, followed by Lanier National Speedway for the season finale. It's going to be a real tight battle for the minor placings. I can tell you right now, I think there's one driver inside the top 10 that is not here. I thought I heard that there was one driver not here, but anyhow, this battle on for the lead between Fritz and Tollison. Boy, it's an absolute doozy. It's a good one brewing right now. Look at that, your top 5 cars on screen there. We make that top 6 as Vic is just into the picture. We look at Tollison to the inside once again. Fritz just running the middle slide line. These drivers, well, this is day number 2 since the update. And how have they been able to tackle this little update here on this, what is 6th of March in the United States of America, 7th of March here in Australia. But nonetheless, they're all fighting for B-Main finishing positions inside the top 10, inside the top 12. Because if you're inside that top 12, you're going to tonight's A-Main event. And well, that main event is going to come up in just under 3 laps time as they work off turn number 4. That is now 12 down and just 3 laps left to run. Gee, look at the handful of cars just freight trading on the top side of the racetrack. And then you got the likes of Hayden Tollison, Shane Yates, now Jason Salter, opting to go down to the low side just to see what is down there, see if anything is special. There's a bit of moisture there from the middle of 1 and 2 all the way off the exit of turn 2 and down the back straightaway. Anyhow, they get to the white flag, they'll get to the start-finish line, they'll race it out all the way to the end. Tollison, Yates come together, Salter trying to go around the outside, but into turn number 3 and 4, he picked up a huge win earlier on this week in the A-Main. Now he's going to find himself picking up a win in the B-Main. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, Scott Fritz is going to walk away with the B-Main victory. Ahead of Matt George in second, Dustin Price third, Hayden Tollison fourth, and to round out your top 5 is going to be Jason Salter. Let's take a look at the official B-Main results. There it is, Scott Fritz, Matt George, Michael Kennedy, Dustin Price. And you go back to Hayden Tollison to make up your top 5, Jason Salter, Shane Yates, Joseph Grandy, Jared Simmons, Jeremiah Johnson, your top 10, Austin Good, Anthony Roselli. Getting your top 12 for Kevin Brown, Jason Dill, Dustin Glenn. Unfortunately, their nights are going to be over. Done and dusted. We'll take a quick break here on Ultimate Dirt. We'll come back and pay a bill. Back on the other side of this, you're watching the Mountain View Plumbing Pro Late Models here tonight from the Cedar Lake Speedway. And we are back here on Ultimate Dirt TV, coverage of the Mountain View Plumbing Pro Late Models Series here, presented by Northwest Racing Association. Round number 8 tonight comes to you from New Richmond, Wisconsin, here for the Cedar Lake Speedway for the 8th round of the series. Good evening, race fans. Brett Wheeler with you for the call as we get set to take a look at your A-Main, starting a lineup on the pole position in caliber 20. That'll be Colton Zimmer to the outside of the front row. The 21 of Lyndon Whitfield from position number 2. From 3 with the 35 car of Tyler Burrow. From 4 the 80 of Dylan Wilson. From 5 the 99 of Tristan Sykes. From 6 the 18 of Cameron Kaysen. From 7 the 168 to Bo Krebs. From 8 the 26 of Matt Fletchell. From 9 it's the 8 of Paul Savino. From 10 the 27 of Dale Farnes. From 11 the 10 of Connor New. From 12 the 23 of Thomas Vickers. From 13, your B-Main winner, Scott Fritz in car 48. From 14, Matt George. From 15, Michael Kennedy. From 16, Dustin Price. From 17, Hayden Tolleson. From 18, Jason Salter. From 19, Shane Yates. From 20th, Joseph Grandy. Jared Simmons from 21st. 22nd, Jeremiah Johnson. Austin Good in 23rd. Anthony Roselli in position number 24. The track is slick on the entry into turns number 1 and 3. How will this one play out, folks? Well, it's time to go racing here tonight from the Cedar Lake Speedway. Round number 8 of the Mountain View Plumbing Pro Late Models. Connor New holds a 46-point lead over Colton Zimmer. Dylan Wilson in 3rd position. As the green flag goes out, we are underway. Thank you, Justin, for the raid. Appreciate it. Welcome everybody in as we're green flag for 50 laps around the Cedar Lake Speedway. Oh no! Cameron Case and Tristan Sykes, drivers that are stuck on the entry down into turn number 3. Get up aerial shots in this one, so keep an eye on the 18 and the 99 car. 3 wide. And I think the gap just closed up there on Kaysen, I believe it was. And that gap, not a whole lot of room. Look at this, they were 3 wide through the middle of turn number 1 and 2. And again, just up comes the 99 car of Tristan Sykes, but a case of unfortunate incidents there on lap number 1. So Kaysen about to come back out onto the raceway. See the 168 car Bo Krebs also coming out on the raceway. I believe we're looking at about to see Tristan Sykes in car 99 also make his way out onto the racing surface as we get ready to go racing. Off corner number 4 is Colton Zimmer once again is going to bring us back to the green flag here in your A-Main for the Mountain View Plumbing Pro Late Models. And just like that, he gets to the top of the racetrack. Tyler Burrow working down to the inside there in the 35 car, trying to get by your 21 car of Lyndon Whitfield. At the line, boy, that was close. Give it to Lyndon Whitfield as here comes Dylan Wilson now in the 80 machine for D1RT as they work. Look at that to the right of your screen. Vickers, New, and Savino. Now Farnes going to throw his hat into the mix in that one. Meanwhile, look as they work off turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. There's your top 5 on screen. There's not a whole lot of room separating your top 5. You're looking at less than 0.6 of a second. Whitfield along with Zimmer just work on the top side. Look at Connor New throw it deep down into turn number 3 and 4 now as he was trying to go and sell some t-shirts in turn number 1 and 2. Now he's gotten on the top side as watching Wilson trying to get to the outside of the 35 car of Tyler Burrow down into turn number 3. That he does. Wilson into the back of Whitfield. Whitfield keeps it going, but it was Wilson who checked up big time after making that initial contact. Burrow, Whitfield, wheel to wheel, fender to fender through turn number 3 and 4. Burrow on the inside. No, Lyndon Whitfield has position number 2, and just like that, folks, we've already completed 7 laps. There might have been contact there between Burrow along with the 80 car of Dylan Wilson. And because there was no caution brought out, everybody's going to stay where they need to be. Unfortunately for Tyler Burrow, he's lost a handful of positions, and just like that, he goes back to position number 9. Wilson to the outside of Matt Fletcher, off for turn number 4. Fletcher just working to the inside into corner number 1 and 2. A lot of the drivers still working it upstairs. I'm very surprised to see that. How long will it take before we get the I-55 line? Gut slick right through the middle. How long will that take to come into play? Connor New, again, your points leader coming into tonight with the drop weeks after 7 races. Of the 10 allocated on the schedule, this is week number 8. So next week and then the final week, we will be done with the Mountain View Plumbing Pro Late Model Series. Zimmer, Whitfield and New, your top 3. Then you go back to Wilson in 4th. There is a battle between Matt Fletcher, Ian car number 26 and the 23 of Thomas Vickers. Meanwhile, Dustin Price gets by Dale Finest in the 27. And there goes Tyler Burrow in car 35. Just behind him there to the outside of the racetrack goes the 48K. You know what code to use. That's code Fritzy. New going to shut the door on Wilson down into turn number 3 and 4. Is that a plan to protect that line, to protect the lead going into the final couple of weeks? No doubt that will play on the mind of the 10 car, but he can't play on his mind just yet. He can't think about that sort of stuff just yet. He's going to think about winning some races, and right now he's just trying to do that as he goes to the bottom side through corner number 1 and 2. Gets by Whitfield, but Whitfield comes back at Connor New down the back straightaway. Boy, 2 by 2 as they work through corner number 3 and 4. 2 upstairs, 2 right through the middle. Wilson is close to the 10 car of Connor New. Connor New again gets by Lyndon Whitfield for the runner-up spot. And already just like that, 1 caution so far in what has been 17 completed laps, about to make it 18. These drivers showing a whole lot of respect for one another right now, but you still see the 20 car of Connor New. Here comes, Colton Zimmer in the 20 car. Connor New in the 10, the 21 of Lyndon Whitfield. Again, Whitfield not giving up without a fight just yet on the top side of the racetrack. Gets back to the outside, gets back to the number 2 position. Meanwhile, Wilson still 1 spot outside of a podium as he now looks to get to the inside there of Connor New down into 3 and 4. But New figured, well, you know what, since it's a lot harder to make those passes on the outside, I'll run the top side and change the line going down into turn number 1. He went right through the middle and he may have found some speed, but here comes a slide jump for the race lead by Lyndon Whitfield. Colton Zimmer back to the number 1 position, probably by half a car length. And that's all that it was between first and second. Oh boy, New and Whitfield, they come together off turn number 2, probably slowed up the momentum there of the 21 car. And now here comes Connor New. To the outside he goes. Oh boy, here, get the tub out, baby, because here comes Dylan Wilson. Working it upstairs through corner number 3 and 4. Now looking to get by the 21 car, Lyndon Whitfield, slider from New on Zimmer. Zimmer turns it back underneath, and this could be a race for the ages right now. And just like that, we're 24 laps into a 50-lap A main event. So at the line, next time by, it's going to be halfway home. 25 down and 25 to go. Connor New has got it down into turn number 3. Here comes a slider from Zimmer, and your top 2 in the point standings are going at it. And in fact, your top 3 are there, and 4 of the top 5. In fact, your top 5 run 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, almost in that order. Connor New, Colton Zimmer, Dylan Wilson, Thomas Vickers, and Lyndon Whitfield. They're the only 2 that are changing here on the raceway when it comes to the timing and scoring loop from where they're sitting in the point standings. And just like that, it's taken him 25 and a bit laps to get to the front. But once Connor New has gotten to the front, he is looking to pick up yet another feature win. I want to say maybe 4, potentially 5 feature wins this season. He has absolutely dominated the Pro Late Model Series here with the Mountain View Plumbing Pro Late Models, presented by Northwest Racing Association. Cedar Lake Speedway 2 laps away from 20 laps left to run. So make it 21 to go off corner number 4. So lap times coming through right now. 14 zeros to 14 ones for your top 5 drivers. Make that a 13.951 for Connor New, a 14.071 for Dylan Wilson. Then you go back to 2nd, 4th and 5th position. They all just ran a 14.1, and now it's taken some 20 odd laps to come together once again for our 2nd caution flag of the evening. And what a green flag run that was from the drivers. Go back last week at the Lucas Oil Raceway, Lucas Oil Speedway. I think Monday week ago, I think it was, from memory. If we look back at that one, there was a caution on lap 2 or 3, I want to say, from memory, and then the rest of the way they went green to checker. So not a bad way, these drivers in the Northwest Racing Association Series. They can certainly hold their own. So your lights are out on the following time by, so probably sitting and about to come one to green. Colton Zimmer. He's got a bit of work to do right now to get by Connor New. The 99 car, Tristan Sykes, just going to get a wave around there, get back up onto the lead lap. Paul Savino, you can see down the bottom left of your screen, some 5 laps down. Lights are out. Connor New gets the car a little sideways and says, okay boys, let's go racing once again. And just like that, Dylan Wilson going to go straight down to the inside into turn number 1 and 2. Wilson and Zimmer battling for the minor placings in this race, but also in the championship as they work off turn number 4. Connor New, Colton Zimmer and Dylan Wilson, that's your top 3. Wilson going to leave a lane on the outside for Colton Zimmer, but also Lyndon Whitfield is going to take that opportunity with 2 hands right there. You don't want to leave that much of a gap to get a run on the outside. And just like that he did, but it was already Connor New out in front by nearly 8/10 of a second as he works off turn number 3. Where does Colton Zimmer go with this one? He's running the same exact line as what your race leader is running. Lyndon Whitfield now gets to the outside on Dylan Wilson. Down into turn number 3, off for corner number 4 at the line. I'm going to give that one to Lyndon Whitfield. Boy, I tell you what, to the naked eye, I think he had 3rd. You would love to see the yellow, but we're not going to get it just yet. 16 circuits remaining is all that separates Connor New and coming to victory lane once again this season. 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th and 6th position right now. Thomas Vickers in position number 5, the 10 car, Dustin Price. Well, I gotta say, Dustin Price, I feel like he's come from a long way back in this feature event. Let's take a look at the biggest movers and shakers through the field down. Oh, that's the wrong one. Yellow is out. Connor New, Dustin Price, both drivers advancing 10 positions. So caution out for what is the 3rd time this evening. And Justin, thank you for the raid, appreciate it. Welcome everybody into the Ultimate Dirt TV social media channel. Again, we are live across Facebook, YouTube and Twitch. Also live on the NLRA page and the World of Thunder Esports page as well. So make sure you hit that like and follow button on the social media channels. Keep up to date with the people that support sim racing. So as we wait for this field to get lined up into rows of 2x2. So what is going to be 11 laps left to run. Pace car is off. Connor New jumps on the loud pedal once again. And one more time. We're close to being finishing up here at the Cedar Lake Speedway. And just like that, we see Connor New once again open up a big advantage over himself and Colton Zimmer. Meanwhile, watching that battle for what is now positions 4, 5 and 6. Oh no! In goes the 10 car of Dustin Price. The 34 entry of Jared Simmons was slowing there in turn number 3 and 4. But unfortunately, Dustin Price goes to the pits, which will once again bring us back under yellow flag conditions. So 9 laps now remaining for Connor New in the 10 car. So looking at the point standings, Connor New is your points leader, 565 points back to Colton Zimmer. 519 points. That's a 46-point gap. 6 points back from Zimmer. From second to third goes Dylan Wilson with 519 points. That's 52 points behind your leader. Then there's a 1-point difference between Dylan Wilson and Thomas Vickers, so 512 points. And then there's a 4-point gap back to 5th place of Lyndon Whitfield on 508 points. So basically 2nd, 3rd, 4th and 5th position, they are only within 11 points of one another. Let's go, 9 to go. Sees Connor New, Colton Zimmer, Dylan Wilson. Who's it going to be off turn number 4? Let's find out here at the Cedar Lake Speedway. And just like that, once again, Connor New says, "Righto boys, I'm off and underway. Catch me if you can." Noni boo boo. Wilson trying to come after Colton Zimmer down into turn number 3 and 4. One more time. There's 8 laps left to run. 8 to run as the 80 car of Wilson goes to the inside of the 20 entry of Colton Zimmer as they work into turn number 3. Here comes Hayden Tollison with a slider across the nose of Hayden Vickers. That's your battle for positions number 5 and 6. Meanwhile, slider for second as there goes Wilson on Zimmer. Now Whitfield coming back after the 80 entry of Dylan Wilson. Oh no, Wilson turns down the racetrack. Wilson goes around and he goes back to the pit area. So watch it a lap as it happens, a half a lap before. Just as he went to turn down the racetrack, that car got all sorts of loose. Watch it here. Watch it in a split second just there. That car was starting to go around. Gee, there were some cars coming through that were able to avoid that one. And we go back underway. Connor New says, right, boys, catch me if you can one more time. Your top three just like that. 1, 2, and 3. They all won the top shelf. The 10 of Connor New. Colton Zimmer in the 20. Lyndon Whitfield back there in position at number 3. Yellow is out one more time. Starting to get a little frustrated as some drivers. So again, they get re-racked and restacked, ready to go. So let's try this one once again. As we see a challenge for second and third once again, Zimmer and Whitfield. Zimmer with a slider on Whitfield. Look out, Thomas Vickers is right there. Whitfield with a slider into turn number 1 and 2. 3 wide off turn 2 down the back straightaway. Vickers was the unlucky party in that one. He looks to get shuffled back as, oh boy, 2 to run and we are yellow. Who can top Connor New in the 10 car? He's going to be hard to beat from here. Again, just looks like the drivers are getting a little sloppy towards the end of this one, but we'll come back to the green flag. Green-white checker is all that separates Connor New and another feature win this season. Colton Zimmer, Lyndon Whitfield, Thomas Vickers coming after Whitfield down into turn number 3 and 4. Vickers keeping to the low part of the raceway. White flag is out, 1 lap left to go into corner number 1 and 2. Back straight away for the final time. The Mountain View Plumbing Pro Late Model Series Round of 8 presented by Northwest Racing Association. And Connor New once again will go to victory lane. Connor New will go to victory lane. Gee, he is and has been superb this season. Connor New gets the win over Colton Zimmer, Thomas Vickers. That'll be your top 3. We'll chat to those 3 drivers here in a few moments' time. We'll finish up the results and then wait for them to get out of the virtual race cars. Lyndon Whitfield, Jason Salter make up your top 5. Matt Fletcher, Shane Yates, Scott Fritz, Joseph Grady and Tyler Burrow make up your top 10. 11th through to 20th look like this. Michael Kennedy, Austin Good, Cameron Kaysen, Anthony Roselli, Hayden Tollison, your top 15. Jeremiah Johnson, Tristan Sykes, and funny enough, Tristan Sykes, the 99, the last car on the lead lap. Matt George, Dale Farnes, 18th to 19th position, 1 lap down. Jared Simmons in 20th, 4 laps down. Dylan Wilson back in the pits along with Dustin Price, Bo Krebs, and Paul Savino. As we now get set to chat to your top 3 here this evening after what is 50 laps completed. Here at the Cedar Lake Speedway in the Mountain View Plumbing Pro Late Model Series, we'll chat to third place first. It's going to be the 23 car of Thomas Vickers. Thomas, congratulations on the 3rd place finish here tonight, boy. Much needed for the points things when it comes to being so tight between 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, and 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th place. But you come away with the 3rd place finish here tonight. You happy when it's all said and done?
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with tonight. I think we started 12th. We moved up about 9 spots. Came away with the third. I think I got lucky with the caution. They were definitely faster than me at the start of the race, and I think I got the lucky dog right there with that last 8 caution. I knew that bottom was going to come in.
Said you started deep in this field. What sort of went wrong there at the start of the night for you to start dead smack in the middle of the pack tonight?
I would qualify third, and then Dylan Wilson took the money for the invert, so I got moved back to fourth, and it was good racing in the heat race. I just couldn't get around anybody. It was a good battle, but just couldn't get around him.
Mate, we've got 2 weeks left in the season. We'll travel to, I believe, the Volusia Speedway Park next week, and then we'll follow it up, headed to Linear National Speedway. How do you feel about the final two races, and what do you think your chances are of snagging a top three when it comes to, when it's all said and done when it comes to the championship?
The final 2 races I feel pretty good about. This final stretch is probably my best tracks on the sim, so hopefully we just keep this rolling and see if we can get the second in points.
Thomas, congratulations. Third place finish here tonight. Before we let you go, we'll let you thank everybody involved on this 23 car.
I'd like to thank the Outcast Racing team, my buddy Image, and Bama Girl, and that'll be it. And y'all for the broadcast and Eddie for the race.
There we go, Thomas Vickers, third place here tonight from the Cedar Lake Speedway. We'll chat to the man that comes home second place tonight, the 20 car of Colton Zimmer. And Colton, congratulations on the runner-up finish here tonight. Boy, that got very interesting there in those final 10 laps. Some sliders being thrown, but when it's all said and done after 50 laps, second place finish.
Yeah, we started pole for the first time, I think, this season. Probably my best qualifying. Well, I don't know about best qualifying. We hit the invert, but we got the invert, drove to the lead from second, and then we were able to start on the pole. And it's probably where best to start all season. Just couldn't hang on. Connor was just so much better at the top than we were, but we held on to second. I think those cautions at the end saved us, or else we for sure would have fell back to like fourth or fifth. But I'm lucky for the cautions; they saved us, and I'll take P2.
Over the last 48 hours, we've had the addition of micro sprints, Millbridge Speedway, change in sort of dirt. How have you found it all? And has there been much adjustment and much sort of wiggle room that you've had to sort of get used to the late models with the dirt side of things?
To be honest, I haven't even touched the game till this race, so I haven't touched anything. These were my first laps on this new build or the new update, and I didn't really feel anything was different. I don't think they changed anything except for the tracks. The track looked a little more racy than normal, but it was still pretty top dominant. So for me, nothing was really different, but yeah.
Well, Colton, second place finish here tonight. You're still going to hold on to second place in the championship when it's all said and done after 8 weeks. We've still got 2 weeks left to run in the season, so we'll let you get prepared for that one, and we'll look forward to seeing you back in next Wednesday nights. But, Colton, before we let you go, one final time for yourself. I will let you thank everybody involved on this 20 car.
I just like to thank HRE Motorsports, Majula C Speed Shop, Sweet Victory, TAC 3 Defense, everyone who watches my Twitch, you for broadcasting, and Eddie for putting on the league.
Colton, well done on second place, mate. We'll see you back next week at Volusia.
Thank you.
Well, he's been to victory lane so many times. We're starting to lose count on how many times this guy can come to victory lane. He was and is still your points leader after 8 weeks with the drop weeks. But tonight's feature winner, driving car number 10, it's Connor New. Connor, congratulations once again. I want to say this is win number 4, maybe 5 on the season. Is this starting to get boring winning all the time?
No, it's definitely not getting boring. We keep stretching the points lead out, so that's really good. And I don't know, hopefully we can continue to do this the next 2 weeks.
So you had your work cut out for you here this evening. It took you probably till half race distance to get to the lead, but boy, once you got to the lead, not something that you wanted to relinquish very quickly.
Yeah, I knew it was gonna be good if we could just get out front, but I don't know, this build, it kind of feels different to me, but I think it's on the track and maybe the fixed setup. I don't know, I qualified horrible, heat raced horrible, but I don't know, we locked in the show from the heat race from the last transfer and drove 11th at first and got it done.
We've got 2 weeks left in the season. I want to say, other than you missing a week or two, you pretty much should be able to lock up the championship. But we go to Volusia Speedway Park and then the Lanier National Speedway for what is going to be the final round of the series. How do you feel about those two tracks?
Volusia's not my best track, but I don't know. Hopefully we can just do good at both of those. And linear, I think it's gonna be a very boring race for 80 laps. But I don't know. We'll see this new build. It seemed to race a little bit better than not before it locked down the top. But we seen some double file racing at Cedar Lake, and we ain't seen that in a while.
Connor, congratulations on the victory in round number 8 of the Mountain View Plumbing Pro Late Model Series presented by Northwest Racing Association. Before we let you go and celebrate with the team, we'll let you think of it involved once again on this 10 car.
Everybody at Majelistic Speed Shop, Evan, Blake, Chris, Mike, Colton, Crazy K Graphics, VLR, Sweet Victory Apparel, Team CFM, you for broadcasting, Eddie for putting on this league, and I want to congratulate Colton on second, and Thomas on third.
Connor, well done on the win. We'll look forward to seeing you back next week at Volusia, mate. Well done.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
There we go. Connor New, ladies and gentlemen, your winner here tonight from the Cedar Lake Speedway, which will, of course, wrap up this final round of the series. And, surely we have not gone away. So we're going to take this opportunity right now to step aside. We're going to finish up with what is week number 8 of the Mountain View Plumbing Pro Late Model Series presented by Northwest Racing Association. We look forward to having your company next week from the Volusia Speedway Park, and then the week after will be championship week for the Mountain View Plumbing Pro Late Model Series at Linear National Speedway. How will it all play out? Well, you'll have to wait and see and come back to Ultimate Dirt TV. But until then, on behalf of the team here at Ultimate Dirt TV and the manager behind the scenes, I'm Brett Wheeler signing off, saying good night